Good morning. Welcome to Lisa Lovestone's Bedhead Musing and Mushroom Matcha Morning. Yumma yumma. Hey, sorry I haven't been on for many days. It's just been a whirlwind, and my mornings have been get up and go, and my evenings when I get home, I'm trying to get some things done, and I'm in bed. Oh my gosh, it's just been crazy. So what's been going on? Well, I'm getting ready to have my surgery. It was rescheduled to July 7th. So that's not too far away, just a few weeks. So I'm getting ready for that. That's the surgery that there's a where is it? It's right about here, and there's a small mass right about there inside my chest cavity. So it's getting removed. They have to use robot arms. It's gonna kind of go in and pull it out. We just need to take it out now because it's slowly growing, and I don't want a great big hole trying to pull some mass out of me. So we'll get it pulled out while it's still small. So Bedhead Musing. Yeah. I got my hair cut yesterday. It's a little more even. If you've been following, you know that I like to chew gum, and I was blowing a bubble gum. It's called Pure, P-U-R, Pure Gum. It's good gum. It's not the bad gum. And I was blowing a bubble, and I was outside, and the wind. Georgia has been more breezy than it normally would be, and so I wonder if it has anything to do with Hurricane Helene and all the trees that are down and we're getting more wind. I'm not sure, but the wind blew my hair right into my gum, and then it was stuck in my hair, and I had to cut my hair. So I went to the hairdresser, and I just got it evened up here. I got an inch taken off, got my bangs trimmed. It's been very tempting. Do you remember when we used to have this all cut right here? We used to take our curling iron and curl that, and then we'd and hairspray it, and it would make our hair high. Do you know, I was really tempted yesterday to ask the hairdresser to do that, especially because she was dressed in what would be considered retro 80s. So I was like, oh my God, I'd love to just have that lift up there, you know? But I mean, I can get a little bit of lift if I hairspray, but I don't use hairspray except it's my can. I've had the same can of hairspray for 5 years. That's how much I use hairspray. And I always have to take the little nozzle off and put it in hot water and clean it because it's all gunked up and it won't spray. It's an aerosol can. Anyway, so I have mentioned, it's been a long time, but I have mentioned one of my kitties at my kitty colony. Her name is Crybaby. And I didn't know for the longest time if Crybaby was a boy or a girl, but yeah, Crybaby's a girl. And it's kitten season in Georgia, so anyway, I was feeding the cat. She came to eat. Usually she waits till I walk away from the food, and then she comes because she's so scared. I've been trying to trap her since October. Let's see. November, December, January, February, March. Yeah, since October, November, I've been trying to trap her. And I never could. So anyway, she showed up to eat. And she was pregnant. Well, I never could trap her to spay or neuter her. And of course she was going to get pregnant. So, now all the male cats in my colony are neutered. But she could have gotten pregnant by Raphael, because I don't know how long cats stay pregnant till they give birth. Or one of the cats that came from down the street could have impregnated her. Because all the cats in my colony are spayed neutered. Most of them are boys. There's a couple of girls. Anyway, so she was pregnant. So my friend Christine drove over to my kitty colony with her drop trap. And I set up my lawn chair, my camping chair, and we had a string attached to the drop trap, put the food in there, and all the cats took their turns coming in. A couple cats were like, I'm not getting in there, and they wouldn't get in there, not to eat. Even though we put seafood stuff, you know, tuna in the food, mixed it up, some of the cats wouldn't even get near it. Anyway, once Crybaby finally came, I had that string and I was like, thump, 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 finally, after all these months I've been trying to trap her. And I tried not to get too excited, and I'm pulling on that string, getting ready. And she was sitting there eating, and I'm like, get your butt in there, because I don't want it to fall down on her. So, plus she could escape that way. She finally got her butt in. Got her. Oh my God. She flipped around. And the cage, I thought she was going to get out. The cage was like boing, boing. So I ran over there, held it down. Chris came running. And we got Crybaby. Crybaby brat. Celebration. Okay, so this is the part that I have a difficult time with. But when you think about what's the best case scenario, I don't know. I can't try to reason it, okay? But I took her to the vet and she got the babies aborted. And then she got spayed, and she's at Christine's house recovering. Those babies most likely were beautiful. But here in Augusta, Georgia, we have thousands of cats that need homes. Thousands. We have cats everywhere, and it's kitten season. So the cats we were not able to spay and neuter, they're having babies. One cat has 5 babies. Now that's 5 more babies. Another cat has 5 babies. That's 10 babies. Another cat has 4 babies. That's 14 babies. And then another cat has 6 babies. That's 21 babies. See how it happens? And people are saying, there's kittens over here and I don't know where their mom is. Can somebody come help? There's a mama cat over here and her kittens are blah, 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 blah. And I think one of the kittens are dead. Can somebody come help? I'm not the one that comes running. But there are the few that are doing it who are overworked and tired out there trapping. And guess what? How much time and effort goes into those little babies? Okay, so they tried to get a nursing mother and put more babies on her. That poor mother. All right, you don't have a mother cat. You've got babies. Now what? You have to take the little dropper. You have to buy the little kitten milk. It's at the vet. You can get it from the vet, probably Tractor Supply. Kitten milk. Don't give kittens cow milk. Don't do it. It hurts their little tummies and it makes it hard for them to poop because it binds them up. And then you're really going to have problems. Don't give kittens cow's milk. They need kitten milk. So there's a kitten milk that you can get. I believe you can get it in powder form. You mix it the right way. Because they need the nutrition. Take a dropper. Every 2 to 3 hours you have to feed them. Now, if you've got 2 litters, you've probably got 10 kittens. They have to be fed every 2 to 3 hours. Guess how much sleep that rescuer is getting? Maybe 4 or 5 hours a day, not all at once. An hour here, an hour there. How are they supposed to clean their house? How are they supposed to go cut their grass? How are they supposed to cook supper and do dishes when they're so fucking tired? So they got to take 20 minutes with this little kitten. Drop. Then wipe its little butt. Try to get it to poop. Right? Try to burp it. Lay it down. Pick up the next cat. 20 minutes. Drop. Come on, baby. Eat. Wipe its butt. Try to burp it. Lay it down. Okay? 20 minutes each. And then somehow you're supposed to take a nap and then start all over again because it's already been over an hour since you started. Do you understand why we need to spay and neuter these cats? There's not enough people willing to do the work. There's too many cats for the few people. And then all the money. Where's the money supposed to come from to feed all these fucking cats? Not from Elon Musk. Certainly not from him. Unless we're going to do some kind of send kitty to space, he's not going to be interested. So, everybody's doing their part. I'm taking care of this colony. That is my job. That is what I'm doing. I don't get paid for it. And when I'm pet sitting out of town and I don't want to drive all the way into Augusta to feed my colony, I pay homeless Mikey to feed my cats every day for me and give them fresh water. I pay him out of my pocket. You know, there's a really pretty dress on, I don't know, I think it was Lane Bryant, or, yeah, I think it was Lane Bryant. Beautiful long dress, summer dress. I want to buy. I'd love it. I don't have that many long dresses. They're all short dresses. I can't buy it. I can't afford it. I don't have the money. Got to make my car payment. Got to pay my car insurance. Got to pay my phone bill. Got to pay my light bill. My phone's paid off. Thank God it's been paid off for a couple years. I bought some eggs and dropped them. Almost $8 for them. So I got about 4 eggs out of the dozen that I used to make a quiche. Because I had another dozen. I finished up that dozen and, you know, what was left in there, and then took 4 eggs out of my new one, dropped it, had to throw them all away. And I like the good eggs. I like, if I can get them from a farm stand, I will, but I like the organic free range. The yolk is super orange, like the sun in the morning. Yeah. So I pay a pretty penny for my eggs. And I don't eat eggs very often, but they make a great quiche. So, Crybaby has finally been captured. She is at Christine's house. And Christine knows that it's breaking my heart to throw Crybaby back in the colony. Crybaby has not made any friends with any of those cats. So there's cats that, you know, their little tails go and they rub up against each other when I show up because they're all lovey-dovey, and I'm like, hey kitties, hey babies, and they're rubbing up against each other, and then they come and rub up against my legs. They want pets, and I pet them, and then they rub on each other. Well, Crybaby, so there's this one feisty, there's 2 black kittens that are brother sister or sister sister. I think it's brother sister. And one is lovable and one bats at other cats. Well, it pounces on Crybaby. Crybaby's very, very timid. And Crybaby's had it really fucking rough. You know, we trapped Crybaby's mama. And she's been adopted. So Crybaby's been all alone. We trapped all the other cats and got them homes that were in that specific gross, disgusting area that they were in, underneath this yucky green house that's still being lived in. Yeah. So Crybaby's been alone, and the other cats that are in that area, it's a block. So you know how a neighborhood block is like this, and there's a street on all sides? So it's a block. And there's a greenhouse here, and there's nothing, and then there's a building here, and then there's nothing. Just trees and grass. And anyway. So, yeah. So, she doesn't have a person. She doesn't have anyone that she can cuddle up next to and get comfort from. So I don't want her thrown back in. She's all alone. She's scared all the time. She got brave enough to get in there and eat because she was pregnant. Pregnant cats, they fucking want to eat, man. You want to trap a pregnant cat, you probably, yeah, can do it quite easily. Okay, what else is going on? Will. You know, I've been very patient. He's waiting for his papers to come back, signed by his wife. She has them. If you really want to know if you're going to get along with somebody, go on a car ride with them. Somebody said that years ago. I don't know who it was. I remember hearing somebody say that. Go on a car ride with somebody. So I was going back to Thompson. It's a little bit of a drive, not super big deal, but it's some miles, and I don't drive on the interstate, so it takes me a while because I'm on the back roads. Will went with me. I asked him to go with me, and he went with me. So I'm not going to gossip, but yeah. He's open to new ideas, but he's also stuck in some of the old ways. You know, well, we used to do this and we used to do that. Well, yeah, we did. But we don't anymore. It's 2025. It's not 1982. Of course, things are going to change. I wouldn't want things to stay the same. No way. Yuck. Why would I want to live in an era where women are disrespected and it's okay? Why would I want to live in an era when women can be raped and men don't go to jail for it? Because she was dressed in a short skirt. She was asking for it. Why would I fucking want to live in that fucking era? No. Where I'm really smart and I'm a fucking good editor and I can blow any editor out of the water with punctuation and correct spelling, correct grammar, a complete sentence. I get offered a job for $30,000 a year. The man who can't quite blow me out of the water, no, with punctuation, gets offered $50,000 a year for the same fucking job. Why would I want to live in that era? Fuck no. No, they weren't better times. Yes, we played outside. More. Yes, we did. But there are still children playing outside. They don't always play in the yard anymore, though. Half of these fucking neighborhoods don't have sidewalks. They don't have a safe route to get to their friend's house. fucking sidewalks if you want to see kids outside. Jesus Christ. They go to the park. If you go to the park, you'll see the kids playing outside. Where the moms can talk to each other or be on their phones. The kids can play with each other and play on the playground, run around screaming and squealing. That's what they do. We used to have bigger yards. I grew up with a big backyard in Arizona. And then when I moved to Wyoming, oh my God, I had 40 fucking acres. Oh, I gotta sit back. My back hurts. So, I don't know. I can't be around people who are living in the past. And if this got serious, his house is a museum. It's not a house, it's a museum. The only place that's really livable is the kitchen. I don't want to live in a museum. God dang, so much shit to dust. Fuck. Yeah, 44 acres is very appealing. And he's handsome for the most part. And he's nice to me. I like that. But you want to know if you're going to work out with somebody? Pay a lot of attention. Take a drive. Take an hour drive. See how it goes. Right? And he's used to being in control. I was the driver. He was the passenger. He's not used to being the passenger. I'm a good driver. I know everybody says that, but I am a good driver. And my driving history is proof of that. No accidents. So, no speeding tickets. I park on the sidewalk sometimes, but I have no tickets for that. I haven't parked on the sidewalk since I bought my Subaru, though. It's not tiny like my little Nissan. I do miss parking on the sidewalk. Okay, I'm going to chair yoga today. I promised myself I would. I've got to get my clothes put away. I came home from a pet sitting gig and I didn't see it for a while. And then all of a sudden I'm like, huh? And I turn on my lights and there's ants. A long stream of ants incoming through underneath my balcony door. Climbing up the chair leg, climbing up the chase chair, eating popcorn. They came all the way up to the second floor. Climbed up my chase chair and are all over the chair eating a piece of popcorn that was there. I mean, I think they did this after the hurricane. They came up to my balcony, not in my house, but they came up to my balcony. I don't know what they were after, but there must have been a plant that they were seeking out. But they were coming to higher ground. So I don't have any kinds of sprays in my house that are harsh on the environment. I don't have any of that. What's wrong with the stand? It's falling apart. You know, I really loved this until the stand started coming out. It didn't come out for the longest time. So I forgot what I was just saying. I was saying something about the ants. Yeah, they came up here once, right after the hurricane, but they didn't come in the house. But they came in the house. Why would they come all the way up here looking for food? And what do ants eat? Like, that's out in nature. I don't even know what they eat that's out in nature. They came all the way in my house. And there was about, 200 ants in my house. Eating, there was like a little piece of popcorn and another little piece of popcorn, and they were eating the popcorn. Now, you know how tiny, tiny, tiny of a piece of popcorn they would be taking and going back outside with it? So they had a line coming in, and then right next to it, a line going out. Oh, the spray. I have no toxic sprays in my house. So I have what I use that works efficiently. I have a spray bottle that I put some water in, and tea tree oil and eucalyptus oil, and shake it up and spray it. If there's a fly that gets in my house, I take that spray bottle and I spray the fly, and it falls to the ground. I pick it up with a tissue and I flush it down the toilet. I don't care how humane I must be to raise my vibration, the flies are getting flushed. Flies, cockroaches, mosquitoes, sorry. So, yeah, I sprayed the Chase Lounger and they all died. Then I sprayed the line that was going to the door, sprayed that, they all died. And then after it all dried, I vacuumed it up. And that was that. So then what I decided to do is, because I moved my Chase Lounger to vacuum the whole area. And my Chase Lounger, as you know, let's see, there's my Chase Lounger. It was facing in the apartment, facing inside the apartment. And the back was facing towards the window. And the whole entire time, I was doing it to balance. You know, there's a lot of weight over there and there's no weight over here. So the room looks unbalanced. I've got my kitchen table over there. I've got my table over there with all my glass jars full of different crystals. And now the biggest part of the chair is over there. And I turned it around because when I sit in that lounger, I want to look out my window. I don't want to look at my kitchen table. I want to look out my window. But now I've had to move my lamp for reading over there, and here you can see. Can you see? Yeah. See that lamp? It's blocking that picture. There's a picture right behind the lamp. So it's blocking the picture. Okay, let's see if I can, yeah. See how it's blocking the picture? Sorry you had to look up my nostril. Okay, so, yeah. It is a really gloomy day, which is fine. We've had several sunny days. I got a sunburn. Went for a long, long walk with Will, 4 miles. I wasn't prepared for it. I didn't know we were going to be walking 4 miles. So I didn't have sun protection on, but I'm okay as long as I don't blister, which I haven't. Thank God. Oh, I got new glasses. I don't know if I've said anything about it. I got new glasses. They're kind of cool. And I think these are the same ones. Oh, yeah, like I can see that. No. Okay, never mind. I think these might be the Betsy Johnson. I think they are Betsy Johnson. Like my other glasses. So I kept my other glasses. They're not scratched up, so I can still wear them. So now I have 2 pairs of glasses. So when I wear pink or yellow, I can wear my other glasses, or even green. And if I wear green or purple or blue or gray or whatever, I can wear these glasses. Oh my God, I love mushroom matcha. I guess it's an acquired taste, because when I first started drinking matcha, I was like, blah. But now I'm addicted to it. I love it, and I can't start my day without it. Okay, I promised myself chair yoga, so I'm going to go do that. I've got a meet and greet today with a new client, pet sitting client. So I got to go do that. I've got to clean my kitchen again. I've got to put clean sheets on my bed. I meant to do that yesterday and I ran out of time. And my feet were still hurting, so I was recovering from that. Yep, I'm going to pluck that hair right there. Having that Irish, Scottish DNA in me. Yep. That's not bad, though. I see women my age much worse, or even not my age, younger. They don't have enough. They don't realize they don't have enough estrogen. Or maybe they do. I don't know. Anything spiritual I can talk about. I'm going to try really hard to read another chapter of the book tonight. It is Wednesday, so I should do a midweek card pull. Let's see how long it takes to upload this video. All right, people, I'm going to go and get shit done. I hope you have a fabulous Wednesday. If you work Monday through Friday, you're halfway there, boy. And I work, sometimes every day of the week. And sometimes I don't work for 2 or 3 days, or maybe even 4 if I'm lucky. So, but when you have a kitty colony, you work every day. Every day. So, blessings, love, light, peace, and hang on to hope, because life is not hopeless. As long as people's hearts have hope, keep hoping. If you're seeing the signs, you see changes coming. Changes here. It's begun. It's been rolling into a whole new era of different way of life. Like I said, this is the age of Aquarius, age of accountability, age of revealing lies, age of lies no longer being acceptable. And do I want people punished? You know what I want more than people being punished? I want them to realize the harm that they are doing and to say sorry and to be sorry and to work towards being a better person. That's what I'd rather see. You know? I mean, connecting to my dad after fucking hating him my whole life has been a very beautiful and uplifting experience. Was it easier to connect to him because he's dead? Probably. But I'm just saying that punishing people or wanting them punished maybe isn't the answer. Praying for their salvation, but not in the Christian sense, but the salvation of saving themselves from themselves, right? Yeah, that they can be a better person. And they can, you know, if they're still alive, they can make amends. You know? Children can have that relationship with their mom or dad that they've been craving. If rather than their mom and dad become punished, that they become their highest self. I know, when you're in that place of pain, it's easier to just wish them dead, or it's easier to just wish them hellfire. But, you know, if you'll look, I feel like this goes to here. This goes, yeah, this is a tad bit shorter on this side. You know what? I had a hairdresser say, it doesn't have to be perfect. Your face is not asymmetrical. Why should your hair be? I'm like, oh, okay. And I usually don't wear my hair parted in the middle anyway. But now that it's dry, it's probably going to want to stay that way. Yeah, it's not going to go over. I usually wear my hair over here. So it's just going to have to stay parted in the middle until I wash it again. Where was I? So work on the forgiveness. Work on helping people raise their vibration. There recently was a man who killed his 3 daughters. And everybody wants him to face punishment. And I'm not going to lie, I'd like to see him punished, but here's the thing. What punishment could possibly make a person feel better? There's no punishment he could endure where your pain of losing those children could be satisfied, right? There's no pain he could endure to even the score, to make it better, to bring justice. There is no justice for what he's done, murdering his 3 daughters. The 32-year-old guy, he's been homeless and he's ex-military. If you're watching the news at all, you know what I'm talking about. I don't watch the news, I just know because of Facebook. Think about that. There is no punishment he could endure. He could be in fiery hell for 1,000 years. Would that relieve the mother's pain of losing her 3 daughters? No. Would that bring justice? No. Will it bring the daughters back? No. What would be the purpose of the punishment? We live in a society mostly based on the Romans where punishment must be done. Punish, punish, punish. Right? The Catholic Church, punish the sinners. There's no such thing as sin. We're in this world to learn. This is a learning center. This planet is a learning center. It wasn't to begin with, but it became the learning center because of a species, the Annunaki, who were destroying themselves, but were much more advanced than us, because we were just Neanderthals. And for their own purpose, not in a mean way, but for the purpose of them, because they could no longer reproduce. So they abducted Neanderthals, which the Neanderthals that were not abducted, they, what's the word I want to use? When you advance. I hate that. Anyway, the Neanderthals that were left that weren't what's the word? Scientifically or whatever, they were all the words are just, all of a sudden I can't think of any of them for this to make any sense of what I'm trying to say. So we were just Neanderthals. So the Neanderthals that didn't get reproduced with the Annunaki, they became what is known as Sasquatch. And they ascended, not in a physical way, they became just hairy Sasquatches, but they can jump through timelines. That's why you can see a Sasquatch and all of a sudden it's disappeared. Because they like to appear and freak you out and then disappear. They're jumping through timelines. They don't mean you any harm. They just like to play that fucking game. It's fun for them. and they're not hurting anybody. And yeah, they like to hang out on Earth because that's where they're from. This is their home planet. Okay? So if we had not been infused with the Annunaki DNA, we would be Sasquatches jumping through timelines. But we were infused with Annunaki DNA, and then we became human rather than Neanderthal. And but we're becoming human. We're not quite there. We're not 100% human yet. We're ascending into becoming 100% human. And what does it mean to be 100% human? They took the E off the word humane to say human because we weren't quite there yet. Humanity, humanitarian, humane, that is our purpose. We're to become 100% human, add the E, 100% humane. And that is our next ascension, to reach the 100% humane. That's where we're headed. So this is a planet of, because of the Anunnaki, co-creating with the Neanderthal, creating humans, this planet now is a training ground, a learning ground. We're here to learn. We're here to expand, broaden our horizons, understand different kinds of whatever, pain, joy, suffering, gratitude, happiness, sorrow, grief, joy. This is the training ground. We're in boot camp. Okay? And once we are ascended and we come out of this physical body, we're like, wow. Now I understand that. Now I understand that. Now I understand that. Now I can have compassion for that. Now I have compassion for that. See? So what can be learned? And there's probably people out there hating on me right now, and that's okay. If you don't understand, you don't understand. You're not there yet. But for those who can grasp this, or at least contemplate it and be willing to think it over, yeah, that man murdered his 3 children. It's horrible. We shouldn't be murdering each other. And when we become 100% human, we won't be killing. We won't be killing animals. We won't be killing humans. Because it's not humane. So, yeah, he killed them. And society is going to want justice. But there's nothing that can be done to him that can be just based on what he did. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Is it wrong to punish? Well, in the ascension of becoming 100% human, yeah, it's wrong to punish. But when we're 100% human, we won't need punishments because we'll be humane and we won't be harming others. We won't be killing them. We won't be murdering our own children. So, Something to think about. So don't focus on the news. Don't focus on the hate. Don't focus on the grievances. Don't focus on justice in the sense of they need to suffer for what they did. Focus on raising your vibration. Focus on finding what makes you happy, what brings you joy. Focus on your circle. Your circle. My children bring me joy. Focus on them. Planting can bring you joy. Plant plants. Nurture them, help them grow. That can bring you so much joy. Allow it to bring you joy. Get your fingers in the soil. Take those gloves off. Get your hands dirty. Touch that soil. Hug that tree. Thank the birds for their beautiful song. Yeah, it's a horrific crime, and I can't believe I'm saying this, because I would be so enraged. The old me, that I would go to Will's house and say, I need some guns. And I would go hunt that son of a bitch down and I'd shoot him. But it's not going to bring the girls back. And what will he have learned? There's obviously a mental imbalance going on. All right, it's almost an hour and it's going to be hell trying to upload this video. Love and light, peace and joy. Lisa Lovestone, out.